All right, Coach, could you just give us your overall thoughts on tonight?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to, special shout out, to our fans. I mean, what an awesome environment that they created for our players tonight. I think the energy was incredible running out of the tunnel, and then, some early success in the game. Defense got some turnovers. Hats off to them, too. I mean, that's a good football team. I think anytime you think you're going to play a top 25 team and turn the ball over 6 times and come away victorious, then you have issues. And so a bunch of missed opportunities, drop passes, come to mind right now. They outrushed us by a lot. We weren't great in the red area, which we've been great in the red area. I thought, we kind of had it back rolling. I thought we weathered some stuff early. We get it back, and we're driving. And I thought the middle 8 was just as bad as it's ever been. I mean, I think, maybe back to Texas Tech last year, where it just rolled in a matter. It's probably 4 minutes, of actual game time where, we turn it over, where, we got a bust. We're running a corner out. The corner shouldn't even be there because we're running a post. So we busted a play, throwing an interception. Allow them to go down and score right there and then just roll. And that was right. Our defense stopped them. We muff a punt. Then we throw a shallow route. We fumble. They score off that. And so it's just bang, 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 bang. And so, like I said earlier, hats off to them. But, all the secret sauce that we've had to winning football games was not there today. And that started, I thought, up front on both sides. I thought, we didn't make plays that came our way. Turnover margin we lost that. Red zone scoring. I could go on, but just little things caught up, and with the result of us, having an awful second half and getting blown out.
Yeah, you mentioned the crowd. Is this something that you guys hope is going to be the rule rather than the exception? Is that the goal?
Yeah, and just I hate it. For me, I'll beat myself up for a long time over this one just because it was such a great opportunity for our fans, our program, our university on national TV, and I thought we had a stretch there to capture the momentum at the end of the first half. And we did just the opposite. We didn't make the plays when they came our way. And again, hats off to them. I think they're well coached. They did some nice things defensively against us and showed us some new looks and got in and out of 4-man and 3-man. And I thought they were really good up front on both sides. And so yeah, a lot to learn from. The cool thing about this is we're sitting here 5-1. And I love this team and what they can accomplish this year. And so it'll be super important for us to reset after this. We get an extra day. We got a little banged up in that game. Don't have the injury report yet. Have to talk to Doc in a little bit. But, kind of there at the end of the game, second half didn't play with, Cam Dorner, Miles Coleman, Wyatt. All those guys were out of the game there at the end. So we got to get healthy this week. And then obviously, got UTSA coming to town. And so we got to have short memories. We don't have time to point fingers at anybody. There's a lot of mistakes that were made through the course of that game. So yeah, I think it just hurts more than anything just because the way the first half went and just kind of the opportunities that we did have going our way and we weren't really able to capitalize on all of them.
You mentioned that. USF has made note of the fact that they have been really good in the third quarter since the beginning of last year, outscoring their opponents, like 3-1 or something like that. What happened there in that third quarter that really kind of swung it?
Yeah, we knew that was an important drive coming out, especially the way everything kind of swung back their way at the end of the first half and them capitalizing. Because really, we throw the interception, then the defense steps up and they stop them, and we force them to punt, and then, we just give it to them right there and we muff a punt. And so yeah, and those are, some of our best players that we trust back there that we're going to continue to trust around here. But yeah, we knew that first drive, that first little bit was going to be important for us. And then, right after they're able to go and score pretty fast there. And then we just gave the ball right back to them on a fumble and then they score. And then it kind of just rolled after that.
Coach, you kind of explained one of the interceptions that Drew threw today, but just prior to this game, he obviously had 0 interceptions. Just what kind of went wrong for him overall today?
Yeah, I mean, Drew's young. He's still learning. This is his first big game. I mean, there's a couple throws that he's gonna want to have back. I thought he responded well. I thought his attitude was great on the sideline. He knew he made some mistakes and he came back and made some big time throws, I think, throughout the stretch of this game. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's been phenomenal how he's protected the ball and kept it out of harm's way, and throughout the course of the year. And this was a good defense that took advantage of some errant ones. The last one was a bad call by me, and so yeah, I mean, there'll be no finger pointings. I mean, he's a great football player. That his best football is ahead of him. I can promise you that.
In recent years, it seems like there's been a few games that have a lot of hype circulating around them, and North Texas just can't quite get over the hump. Maybe what's the next step in order to take this program to the next level?
We got to get over the hump. I mean, you said it best right there. I mean, we got to maximize, some of these opportunities that we have. And I thought we had the great opportunity, just like I talked about today. I thought there was opportunities during the course of this game, especially. I thought the crowd played a huge part in it early. I mean, just hearing the roars after some of those, after the fumble and the interception and the energy running out was true college football home field advantage. It was phenomenal. And so, but we got to do our part. We got to find a way to come up and we got to win one of these games.
You just touched on what I was going to ask you about that early on when y'all were really had things rolling pretty well, and then the crowd's really into it. And I'm sure the guys aren't used to it. I mean, that's a record crowd. That's the largest crowd in UNT history. So that had to feel different for the guys as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so, and I think sometimes and I knew some of this would be some of these kids' first kind of big moment, and on national TV and with a little bit different atmosphere out there, and there's an energy buzzing about it. And at the end of the day, like this is their job in a sense right now. I mean, they play football and they're really good at it, and we trust them, and yeah, we weren't able to come up with some of the big plays in the key moments, and it got away from us.
Did do you feel like the bottom just kind of fell out there in the second half, a little emotion riding it high? And then
yeah, I mean, I think it started at the end, the last 2 minutes of really we had the ball, I think, on the 50-yard line and in a great position to us executing kind of the middle eight that we call and go up, I guess would be 2 scores right there. It's a great opportunity for us in this game and take momentum into. I think this game is such a game of momentum, at this level in college football across the board, and I think we saw that in the negative way today. So yeah, I mean, I think it started right there at the end of the first, and I think it just continued on pretty heavily early in the third.
They went for it on fourth down there right at the end of the half, and they sprung a guy loose to the corner of the end zone. Just how big a swing was that for them to score in that spot?
Yeah, I think it was huge, kind of with how all those chain of events kind of happened that I just talked about. Yeah, I mean, I thought that took them in. I think there's 4 seconds on the clock when they scored right there. So I think, that took them in with a little confidence knowing they were getting the ball there to start the second half.
Yeah, and just bottom line, it seemed you guys came into this game, you were really good on turnover margin. You're really good in the red zone offensively and defensively. Did you guys just not do what you had done to get to where you were throughout the course of this game, just bottom line?
Yeah.
Why do you think that was? Did they just play particularly well?
I got to go back and watch it. I mean, I thought the first interception was pretty errant. It was just a basic too high look that on a play that we run all the time, and he threw it right to the linebacker. And so yeah, I have to go back and study kind of all the details of it. But yeah, and then I think too, early in the game, I thought we did a nice job at kind of containing their running game and not allowing them having the explosives. And I thought just kind of as they wore us down a little bit in the second half, I thought that they did a nice job of being able to sustain the run there in the second half.
All right, cool. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Gabe, just what were your overall thoughts on the way you guys played tonight?
Just lack of execution, all 3 sides of the ball. Just 1 or 2 people just not doing their job, not executing on every play, and it just spiraled into us just in the second half just getting destroyed.
Yeah, you mentioned it kind of spiraled there. What happened just in the third quarter?
I think just like the fumble recovery and then like the punt right in the half just set us up and like just shifted the momentum to their side and us, and then we just kept just had a lack of execution in the second half, like more than the first two.
How big of a play was that when they scored in the last 5 seconds of the first half there? Did that really swing it a little bit?
I mean, yeah, and they got the ball in the second half, but I mean, we could have easily came out of that hole if we just would have just executed how we should have.
Yeah, record crowd tonight, a lot of fans in the stands. Was that something that you enjoyed, and did that kind of fuel you?
Oh, yeah,
guys
for
early?
sure. I definitely enjoyed that because this is my 5th year here, and I've never even seen it like close to getting packed out. So yeah, that was awesome to be able to see it, that many people there.
Gabe, you kind of just mentioned it, but you're obviously a 5th-year senior on this team. Just what was your kind of message to the team, or what's the message of the team right now to keep making most of the rest of the season?
Just everyone got to focus on just doing your job. You can't just gotta have the blinders on and just do what you need to do and not try and be a superhero or anything. Just get your job done, and that's the end of the day.
And what was South Florida doing defensively that forced you guys to make all those errors?
I mean, I don't even think it was anything they were doing. I really just think it was on us. Just lack of some plays was lack of communication on some, and then just pointing the wrong person or some. But I don't really think it was anything they were doing. I think it was all just us messing up.
Gabe, you're protecting a really young quarterback, and this was kind of the first time where he was put in a really difficult situation, I guess, to say. What were you kind of seeing from him vibe-wise, and how can you help him get back on track?
I mean, to be honest, I don't think, he might have had the picks and everything, but I don't think Drew, he wasn't down or anything. He was still the same person, just trying to get everybody up, trying to get everybody to do the next play. His mood didn't change at all, honestly. He was still trying to get to the next drive and just score.
What can this team learn from the loss in order to still contend in the American and for the postseason?
Everyone just has to do their own job. People just got to focus on what they need to do and nothing else. Just what you got to do. You can't try and be a superhero, try and make someone else's play. Just stay in your gap, block your person, and just do your job.
Thoughts on tonight?
Feel like we just got to execute better.
That was it?
Simple.
Because that seems like something you guys had done really well across the board, offense, defense, and special teams, is like doing all the little things right. Did you guys struggle to maybe do some of the things that you did to get to this point, and why do you think that was?
I just feel like we just have to execute better. Whenever it gets to that time to execute, everybody got to execute.
Yeah, and the third quarter is really detrimental to you guys. And not only the third quarter, that last play at the end of the half, where they sprung a guy, wide open in the end zone there for that touchdown. Did that really swing momentum, and did you guys struggle to recover from some of those plays there?
Yeah, I feel like the muff punt for sure did something because that was towards the end of the half. Hopefully we could have just, ran the ball out or probably get a field goal, but stuff don't happen that way. So we just had to try to bow up, and then on that play, like I say, everybody got to execute.
Yeah, you guys had a record crowd tonight. It seemed like a great environment. Did you enjoy that, and is that kind of hope for you guys going forward, that that'll kind of be the standard that you set for the environment here at this program?
Having the crowd is a great thing, but we got to execute whenever we bring out people.
That's right. This defense was able to force several turnovers, especially in the first half. Just what do you feel like were the mistakes of this defense, to end up with this final score that you guys had?
We got to execute better. When it come down to it, we got to execute better. All those turnovers and stuff don't matter until you win the game. So, got to execute better when it come time.
You're one of the leaders of this defensive core. Maybe what's going to be your message or focus in order to get your defense and also the team back on the right track?
Just come back Sunday. Right now, everybody just got to look themselves in the face in the mirror. Then when Sunday comes, whenever we watch the film, things like that, we got to execute better and finish out strong.
You make sure, obviously everybody's disappointed with what today was for this program. How do you make sure one loss doesn't turn into two losses and kind of derail the entire season?
You just got to come in and work like you do all the time and just not think about the last game. You got to go in every week 1-0. And so this game, okay, we ain't get it done, but these next games, we will. We gonna execute. We gonna look at each other, and we gonna make adjustments if we got to, or whatever we got to do. But we just gotta execute. At the end of the day, I don't really think we need many adjustments. We gotta execute. We gotta execute.